WWE women look so choreographed. The matches are boring. The matches not interesting. They fight like a bunch of stiffos. When you go to Impact, when you go to AEW, you see these women going at it.
Actually, AEW got to work on that, but
it
that's
doesn't matter though.
That does matter. Like, if that's gonna be your catalyst,
it looks more realistic.
That's true.
Like honestly, Naomi have like they be so like what am I watching? Listen, a lot of these women in WWE, I'm not taking away their talent, I'm not taking away their ability, I'm not taking away how hard they work in and out the ring. I don't take away nothing that they do as women as entirety. But I'm sorry. I'm sick and tired of watching television and they be boring me majority of the time. I'm sick and tired of it be a handful of women who get on screen. All right, this is my...
Yeah. Drop the Tiz podcast. Yeah. Drop the Tiz podcast. Drop the Tiz podcast. Yeah. Drop the Tiz. We got Wilkins, Mr. Black, Janelle from the HR best squad. Every single view, no one can take guard. Vision of the crew, unstoppable in your face. All I say, we speak the truth in every single debate. Out I wait, every week we bring and take the topics. The views and optics, the fans at live party, it's on and popping. No one can do it like this. The viewing party commence after crew excitement. The best show, the finest. Drop a Tiz podcast. We hold it down. They know us now. We take the crown. Drop a Tiz podcast. We hold it down. They know us now. We hold it down. Drop a 10, drop a 10, drop a 10 podcast. Drop a 10, drop a 10, drop a 10 podcast. We hold it down. They know us now.
last night.
Shout out my boy Quasi. Oh man, Matthew's in here. Okay.
Happy Wednesday. Those that are watching on the live feed, hope you're indoors because it's raining like cats and dogs.
Thank God.
He's gonna be counting you down, so put the headphones on. Real quick.
Just for the Facebook.
Do I have to keep them on?
You don't have to keep them on.
Okay.
Just counting you down.
Just for the Facebook Live.
It's because I just got my hair done. Sorry, that's why I don't want this headset on. But
I mean, you could always do that.
I will participate for the gentleman in the studio.
You just do this, like this.
Oh, thank you.
That looks crazy.
Doesn't matter.
Right.
I feel like I look crazy.
You guys all ready?
Yep.
All
I'm
right.
gonna keep them on though.
We're going live on Facebook. And 3, 2, 1.
I didn't do that.
Those that are watching on Facebook Live, welcome to the Job of TS podcast. We have 2 special guests with us today. We are going to start the show very shortly. So just, tune in. I'm going to talk some wrestling. Going to get to know our 2 guests today.
Have some cupcakes.
We got some cupcakes. We already know you're not going to eat no cupcake. At all.
Yeah, you can't be rude like that. You know.
I'm gonna eat 1 or 2.
He's going to eat, he's going to eat like maybe a half of one. You want to split one? Because I'm actually trying to,
I'm gonna eat 2.
You want to eat 2? Okay, solid. How's everyone's week so far?
It's real good. Real smooth.
Did you just like Luther Vandross us on this mic? Real smooth. Like,
Oh, the flood one.
Now we about to hit the quiet storm.
Yeah, he's about to say it's WBLS.
I just said every day after work during work hours before I worked like the dead shift.
Right.
Every day I just listen to him real smooth. Oh man, the guy was real smooth, man. Try to get that voice, but nah. I like my somewhat childish voice.
Your what?
Somewhat childish voice.
You said summer childhood?
Did he start?
Somewhat childish.
He said he started the Facebook Live.
The Facebook Live started? Okay.
Yes.
So everything, yeah, good.
Oh, okay. All right. I will start in 1 minute. Let everyone take a swig of water if you want to. Let me see how I look at this headphones on. I'm sorry.
You look like a whole snack.
Thank you, girl.
The end game now.
Buffet.
Trying to.
But it's about how you finish.
What song is
And
this?
remember, a king's only as strong as his weakest
Oh
piece.
shit!
So no weakness.
I don't even know what song this is. How do you start? Oh, it's Miko.
Oh. How was I able to? Oh, because I'm in the room. I was like, how am I able to hear that shit?
And my iPod just went off out of nowhere. My bad.
You know, let me see your phone real quick.
My phone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go on your Facebook.
Okay.
That's so good.
You guys can start talking.
Wow. All right. I mean, we are here. You can take it for a second. Just don't drain the battery because I'm definitely getting the via home. All right.
Cupcakes good.
Okay, can you? All right, that's your 2. So when you finish chewing, we will start.
Don't worry, it's his birthday. He can eat as much as he wants.
His birthday done passed.
Doesn't matter. It's a month.
It's no. It's absolutely not. Is there anyone on the live feed whose birthdays are coming up? Any Leos? I mean, because, you know, the best season is coming soon.
Oh, God. You're Leo, aren't you?
No, I am a Virgo through and through.
My fiance is coming up July 23rd. So.
Oh, what you doing for her?
We're gonna do something.
Oh.
How long y'all been together for?
6 years, and we're planning on our wedding next year. So
Ooh.
Where y'all going? It's gonna be here or where?
I think it'll be here.
Really?
Because we've made so many friends here that
And I'm not traveling down south, bro.
Why not?
Because I only have feet. It's different if I had a car, though.
Well, I mean, you can fly.
So,
It's Uber.
Bus, yeah.
yeah. So,
I'm sorry. Whoever married me, listen, destination wedding. It's happening in New Orleans. Deal with it.
You know the crazy thing about it? I don't want nothing fancy.
That's why I want destination.
No. Bump
You want
all the
City
di-
Hall.
I'm going to City Hall.
Yeah.
I know mad people do catering and all of that. So hire one of them.
Yo, I thought you was going to say something else. Well,
No,
this
no,
is
no,
I'm
very-
a photographer.
Exactly. Niggas gonna eat around me. Then here's the thing. I'm going for a honeymoon. Pay all my bills. Going on honeymoon for a whole month. Bump this couple of days and stuff. I'm going for a whole month.
Okay.
All right. We're gonna have sex everywhere, whatever I go.
Okay.
That sounds like hella honeymoon, though. What?
Exactly.
Shoot
A
the
whole
club
month.
up.
Why not?
Shoot
Then
the
after that, we
club
go
up.
back. Boom. The same money we save for having a wedding, we gonna put down payment for a house.
All right. So we're going to start. Wilkins, we good? We good? Okay. All right. Welcome, Jobber Nation, to the latest episode of the Jobber Tears podcast. As always, I am Janelle from HR, here with Mr. Black, and we have two very special guests with us. I typically, as always, I feel like I do introductions, but I don't feel like it today. I think our special guests should introduce themselves. And when you do, tell us your favorite wrestler, because people are going to be on the live feed like, who? This is what people do, unfortunately. They always question who the guests are. Like, they're like, who
Because
are these
people are marks.
Well, not only marks, but people just are used to the three of us.
yeah.
So when they see different faces, they're like, but who are you?
Yeah.
What are you to the podcast? They get so don't get intimidated by the viewers.
Right.
But I'm going to start to my gentleman to my right. You can tell us your name, which I think is super duper dope. But
What's up, Jobber Nation? It is Lucius.
it's not Lion. Shut up.
Come on, man.
My favorite WWE superstar is the current WWE champion, Kofi Kingston.
Oh, hashtag Black Excellence.
Okay.
We got all the gold.
And also my favorite New Japan Pro Wrestling superstar, Tetsuya Naito of Los Ingobernables de Japón. Tranquilo, asenayo.
Damn.
I could never do that.
Spanish?
Like, I swear, like, whenever first of all, don't let the last name fool you. Second, I just don't, I can't roll my R's. Like, my language is black, but I just kind of sometimes look
You
Spanish.
feel Spanish, didn't you?
No, you know the funny story? Before we get into our second guest and having her introduce herself, so in New York, you had to do Regents in high school. And
I went to school in New York.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not just telling me that.
No, I'm telling you the background story. And for those that are watching that don't live in New York, we have to take like certain tests to go to the next grade or whatever.
And
I hated those fucking regions.
So everyone had to take Spanish. And Spanish was a 2-part test. It was a verbal and it was a written.
Mm-hmm.
So out of all the regions that I took, besides chemistry and physics, because those I got like 80s in,
Mm-hmm.
Spanish was by far the highest region score that I ever had. I had a whole last 92. And I tried to fail and couldn't.
Who tries to fit? So basically, you know Spanish.
I beg to differ.
Listen, if you get a 90 in Spanish regions, and that's verbal and written.
Yeah.
See, I think I can match you on that. So my dumbass thought I can take 2 languages at once in high school, and one of them being my own native language, because I thought I would just get away with it and have a free period to do
Right.
nothing.
Right.
So I take the Greek regions, and I get a 98,
Okay.
only for 1 accent mark.
Wow. Those accent marks are real, guys. So.
My Spanish, I got a whole 100.
See, there you go.
I'm like, wait, So you telling me I know other people's languages better than my own? Is this what New York State's trying to tell me right now?
Yep, New York State definitely chose you. Well, my love, introduce yourself to those that are watching.
Hi, my name is Katie K. I am the host of Welcome to the Raw Zone. It is a podcast also on Facebook Live. We're taking a little break because we're doing the Give Back show, but we will be coming back soon. See, my favorite wrestlers always vary because originally I'm always a Stone Cold fan.
Okay.
Through and through. But then I saw Chris Jericho recently after so long.
Girl, Jericho's the GOAT.
I'm like,
GOAT.
Jericho can just, wow.
Yeah, Jericho is the goal.
So
The GOAT.
I love Jericho. And then I'm sorry, you're going to hate me. I still love Kevin Owens through and through.
As you should.
Actually, Kevin Owens is another one of my favorites.
As you should.
I mean,
Everybody love KO.
listen.
Kevin represents for the Thickums on the men's side. And he as agile and as amazing promo skills that he has. I mean, KO can go.
I don't mind KO, but I like Prize Fighter KO.
Yes.
Like Prize Fighter KO was the best version of KO.
Right.
So if you combine Prize Fighter KO and I'm Gonna Kill Shane together, that's the better combination.
I feel like you're going to get that sooner or later. But Katie and Lucius, thank you guys for joining us on the Job of TS podcast. Katie, you mentioned the give back, and it's something that we want to, raise awareness of an amazing project that you guys have going on. So I want you guys to take the next few minutes, just tell everyone about the upcoming event you guys have in honor of your friend Sean. So that those that are in the New York City area can come out and support you guys.
Perfect. So once again, my name is Katie K. And on July 22nd, 2017, a friend of mine named Sean Segui died from intimal sarcoma in the pulmonary artery and the bloodstream.
For our viewers who may not be in the medical field, please dumb it down for us.
So it's pretty much cancer in your heart and your lungs.
Oh, wow.
So he was diagnosed with this back, I believe, 2015. And since then, he always tried to spread awareness. He had a GoFundMe campaign that made over $30,000 towards his treatment. And each time, he always discussed each step he took. He put pictures up. He talked about what the doctor said, because sarcoma is only, it's like 1 out of every 15,000 are diagnosed
Yeah.
with it. And then at the same time, many of them are found in autopsies because some people, it's left misdiagnosed.
Gotcha.
So we did the give back 6 months after he passed away. I went through this whole process of who to partner up with until I met S-Rock, which is also Lucius's manager, and he was the engineer for my podcast. And I told him this is what I want to do. He said he'd done give backs in the past, so he was willing to go with me on it. Little did we know that we're gonna keep doing this every year. We pretty much started getting attention, especially now we got sponsored by the Sarcoma Foundation of America.
That's awesome. Shout outs to them for sponsoring you guys.
Yep.
And they have a whole memorial fund set up in his name that his mom set up. But now they're making sure all of our donations and everything go over there.
So for the viewers watching, how can we donate?
So if you go to www.gofundme.com/givebackforsean, they're the link where you could just donate. We're collecting donations all year. We're trying to reach a $3,000 limit for this year at least.
Okay.
And what's good about the give back, we don't not only give back to the Sarcoma Foundation, but we give back to the artists that are involved. Like Lucius is one of our artists, so we take them on a promo tour, so they get to be interviewed,
Get exposure and things like that.
get their exposure,
Okay.
as well as they get their photos, they get their videos, they get. We're raffling off a distribution through a DJ list, so one of their songs can be blasted and be played in a club. We're raffling off a photo shoot. We're raffling off many different things, consults, so they can help better themselves. Because in the end of the day, you're loaning your talent to us,
Okay.
the least we can do is give back to you as well.
All right. So we, on behalf of the Job of Taste podcast, we do want to, and we will discuss a certain amount, but we will donate to your cause. And we will also be posting the link on our Facebook at the Job of Taste podcast and on Twitter and Instagram as well. So we will do our part in giving back. So we thank you guys for joining us. And not only are they, you know, doing such an amazing, you know, charity, but they're also wrestling fans, guys. So it's good to have some, you know, some good old wrestling fans in the building with us. So before we do start our opening segment, I do want to remind everyone that SummerSlam weekend is right around the corner, and we are super excited not only for, you know, our full-on crazy wrestling weekend where we have NXT TakeOver Toronto viewing party, our Jobber Slam 5 after party, which I feel like is like some Mortal Kombat shit. Like, I feel like that's what the flyer should be. Ooh, that's what the flyer should be. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Great ideas come as I talk. And then ending it off with our SummerSlam viewing party hosted by no other than Hot 97's own Peter Rosenberg. So, and he is also doing a live podcast. Cheap Heat will be live at Legends. So we will be, you know, putting out more information as the days and the weeks get a little closer, but it is right around the corner. So stay tuned for more information. Am I missing anything else before we start?
BCW.
BCW has their 25th, it's not 25th anniversary, but their 25th actual show coming up August the 16th in the Bronx. So support independent wrestling. Also, Battle Club Pro just announced they are going to do their afternoon delight the same day as New Japan hits New York. So I believe it is September the 8th. But correct me if I'm wrong. But once again, it is that Saturday afternoon where he has announced Tessa Blanchard, LAX, and Shotzi will all be in attendance. So before you get to Manhattan Ballroom, come over to Brooklyn, New York, and come see some real independent wrestling.
I am going to get tickets to that New Japan event, by the way.
Do you let me know?
Well, in doing that, make sure you get tickets for Battle Club Pro. Thank you.
I got you.
I'm trying to think any other shows that's coming up. I mean, we post them. Hog is SummerSlam weekend with Young Bucks versus Private Party. So you have the first ever tag team champions of HOG going against the homebred of Private Party that was just signed to AEW. So it is going to be a fun night. Scott Hall, Tito Santana, I think is also going to be there as well. So it's good. Rich. Now you always got me saying Rich Homie Swan. Because that's exactly what's about to come out of my mouth.
I say it to his face all the time.
No, I know you do, but I'm just saying.
All of a sudden, Rich Homie Swan, like, haha, what's up, bro?
Actually, one of the coolest guys to actually
Very
meet.
cool.
Yeah, like
Very cool.
Really,
Very
really
cool.
cool. So once again, New York tri-state area, a lot of wrestling stuff going on. So just, you know, stay tuned on our, you know, social media platforms. But let's start, guys. This wonderful roller coaster of the Job of Taste podcast. All right, we're gonna go with our opening segment, our OMG moment this week. So was Samoa Joe correct, where Jeff Hardy just can't seem to get it together? So this past weekend in Myrtle Beach, and for those that have never been to Myrtle Beach, it is definitely the place to get you caught all the way up. But he was at Myrtle Beach this weekend and was arrested for being drunk outside. I mean, that's some typical summer shit, but you can't just be passed out on the floor and cops not catch you.
Man.
So he was facing a misdemeanor charge originally, but he paid a fine for being intoxicated in the public, and then the case was technically closed. So, I mean, last time I checked, he was, you know, rehabbing injury. So I don't know if that mixes well with his, you know, recovery. But my question to the table would be, where do you see Jeff Hardy going? Is he, you know, going to come back to WWE? I mean, he still is technically under contract, but is wrestling still for him?
I mean, I hope so, because Jeff Hardy's Jeff Hardy. But at the same time, he is going to rehab right now for his injury. But at the same time, doesn't he have a history of substance abuse?
Absolutely. If you've ever seen the Hardy Boys, which is by far one of the best 24s on the WWE Network, I highly recommend that. The 24 with the Hardy Boys, and they in depth discuss both issues with substance abuse on that episode. So yeah, he has a pretty good history with that.
So even if he does try to come back after the injury he got, and I'm pretty sure that injury is from Randy Orton and his like tirade of trying to get his ass for how, but so he has that, and WWE had the strict policy against substance usage of any kind. So even if he wants to come back, will the WWE take him back?
That's the question. Lucius, what do you think?
Oh man.
Do you think Jeff Hardy's career is over? That's actually basically the question.
I don't
Like,
wanna
where do
s-
we go from here?
I don't want to say yes, but Jeff's getting on in age. I mean, he's in his he's in his 40s. I mean, and he can go, but was it not the way he used to back when during the Attitude Era?
Yeah, not Team Extreme. No,
I
he's
mean,
not on that level.
I like Jeff Hardy. I like what he does in the ring, but outside of it, he needs to sober up.
It's
Seriously.
it's the saddest thing.
Because-
Mr. Black over here, what are your thoughts on the big boy Jeff Hardy?
It's simple. I'm gonna put it like this way: when you deal with substance abuse, that's something that is gonna get over in a couple of days, a couple of months, a couple of years, a couple of hours. You're forever gonna deal with it forever. So he's gonna slip up, but between the slip up might be very far in between. So I'm looking at it this way: he just consumed vodka. He was out. He probably had a good time. He probably got a little bit too wasted. That's it. So he know where he went wrong. He knows where he has to go. It's just one slip up. And Samoa Joe saying that is part of the storyline. CM Punk said it during his promo, and other people said it even during TNA and when it transitions to Impact. So I'm looking at it this way. This is the man that just slipped up. This is no big deal. It's only on a bigger scale because he has history of alcohol. Just like with the one in the Usos got arrested. It happened.
Yeah, because I
That's
can't tell
it.
the difference.
Because
in
now
either
let's
one of
really
them.
think about it technically with the laws. It's not consuming cocaine or nothing like that. It's not nothing heavy.
I mean, that we know of.
Right, but as of right now, we're going to go by what the police is telling us through a report is just vodka. So it's just one slip up, and obviously there's a wellness program that WWE has. They probably talked to them. He probably went right back in the program.
But do you think right now, with everything WWE is going through, they're gonna honestly have time to make sure that it's as messed up as it sounds? Do they really have the time to make sure that Jeff Hardy's gonna be able to stay on track?
I do, because I think, and if they need a really quick, fresh reminder, please replay Sting versus Jeff Hardy in TNA and that match that never really happened but did happen. And I think if we replay that in Vince's office, they will realize, like, all right, we got to make sure he's on his P's and Q's because he's not going to make an ass out of ourselves. So I think WWE will do what's necessary to make sure that, the injury physically he's fine, but also mentally that he's in a better place.
Exactly. Like, look how many times that Scott Hall fell off the wagon.
Very true.
How many times that Roddy Piper fell off the wagon? How many times did
don't discuss Piper in a negative
how many
light.
times did what's that dude's name? Jerry Mercury fell off the wagon. You want me to continue?
No.
I mean,
goes
the
on.
list goes on because ideally that's just the business.
That's just the
Like,
business. No, I'm tired of people just say it's just the business.
No, but it is. Like,
it's just
if
people
you-
who deal with substance abuse.
No,
I don't want to limit it to only
if
to
you-
just wrestling.
No, but it's
all over
also
the place.
music,
but
entertainment.
Exactly,
But
yeah.
it's a part of, when I say it's a part of the business, like
The entertainment
It just
industry.
depends on the segment that you're in. Like in terms of wrestling, like I tell you, if you watch that, I always say that Andre the Giant documentary, when they was talking about Andre was out here drinking 6 bottles in one seating, when Ric Flair was out here drinking nonstop after every show, like it's a part of their culture. Unfortunately, it's now in terms of how you balance it, that's really on the person.
No,
and
I
the
won't say that's part of the
individual.
culture,
Right.
because it's not part of the culture. People
It
try to
absolutely is.
because if that's the case, then what's so-called part of the culture, no one will be playing video games backstage, because that was quote unquote not the culture. So we live
But that's
in
the culture now.
Exactly. So you saying that, you talking about old school, these guys did all the craziness, coke in the back, this, that, and third, and went to the ring.
I mean, you just mentioned the Usos drinking,
But again,
DUIs.
we have the former Universal Champion that don't drink. Mad people don't drink
No, but
backstage.
a
A lot of people don't drink.
The point
so
is
I
that it's
won't
not
say,
singling out.
yeah, but I won't say that that's the culture. That's a cop out.
It's not a cop out.
Yes,
it's
it
the
is.
truth.
Okay. No, that's a cop out. Oh, that's part of the culture. It's part of the culture. No. If that's the case, Molly, Percocet, all these drugs that these quote unquote young rappers are doing, it's part of the culture. But it's not.
Okay. If you say so.
I mean, they made it part of the culture.
That's what I'm saying.
No, that's not. No, no.
Yes. Because I'm sorry. If we're going to talk about that, how many, when we were growing up and we heard all these rappers rap, right? Did you ever see someone go in and whip out some coke and do it after? This whole society is so impressionable nowadays that they're talking about drinking lean and kids are doing that and drinking Tide Pods.
It's believe it or not, it's just more of a general thing. It's not like every single person is doing it, but those type of things are part of the culture.
That's not. Nah. Because like if that's the case, what was part of the culture back in the hip hop? Beating on women, right?
Yeah, look at fucking
And women are still being
I'm not
beat.
finished.
Look at
I'm not
fucking
finished.
Casey
I'm not
and Mary
finished.
J. Blige.
I'm
Like
not-
he fucked her all the way up.
But key word, that's not part of the culture. It's just like, oh, let's get even more deeper than this. Pedophilia. When fathers are humping their daughters and stuff like that. Oh, that's just part of the culture. No, it's not.
Who's doing
Stop
that?
normalizing bad behavior.
It's not about normalizing bad behavior. No one's saying that this is.
But
the norm.
your cop out it's
not
part
a
of the
cop-out.
culture.
It is a part of the culture. It's a part of history. Like when we talk about Bobby Whitney, what are we talking about? Drugs and alcohol.
And
If
beating Winnie up.
like it's a part of the culture. I'm not saying that it's acceptable. I'm not making it okay. It's not right. But it's a part of the history of the business. That's just what it is. But we will agree to disagree. It's fine. But we're gonna move right along to AEW news. So, as everyone has heard, the shot around the world, the chair shot that has got us to the road to All Out with Shawn Spears versus Cody Rhodes. So,
I'm excited for that.
all right, let's see what happens. But apparently, he is set to have an advocate. So he's set to have his own manager, and they will announce it very soon on an episode of The Road 2, which is on YouTube if you have not watched. It's really good episodes leading up to All Out. So my question to the table is, well, first is who do you think will be the manager of Shawn Spears? And the follow-up question to that would be, what do you think is the importance of a manager / valet? Because back in the 80s, 90s, valets were, I think, one of the pivotal things of a wrestler. It definitely carried the character, I think, over the edge.
That's my wheelhouse right there. I love managers back in the 1980s, back in 1980s WWE era. Was it Mr. Fuji, Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, Kimchi, Harvey Whippleman, all of them. They brought a lot. They brought a lot of character to the wrestler that they're managing. They brought a lot of substance to it, whether they're talking for them or whether they're doing something for them. Was it getting physical in the matches? I mean, a manager is very sustainable for the wrestler.
Now the question would be, who do you think is going to be Mr. Shawn Spears' manager?
It could be anybody, to be honest.
Do you think it's going to be a male or female?
I think it's going to be a male for sure.
What do you think, Mr. Black?
I mean, at this point, it might be a female.
I feel like it's going to be
Because
a
like
female
how
too.
nowadays there's a lack of strong alpha females as managers. If you really want to set the culture right, if you really want to set the direction of it, you pick someone different. Like you just pick like a different like direction as far as manager wise. Like what if she gets someone like big as Nia Jax as manager, like also Zahida?
Drop it to the podcast. Yeah. Drop it to the podcast. Drop it to the
So I say the point of managers like this way: the manager is your hype man.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And I feel like there is not a lot of good managers other than Paul Heyman. Yeah, I mean, Selena Vega is good though, but
But she's trying though, and you can see it.
oh no, I'm never going to deny the fact that the woman's not trying. I always give her credit. So as of right now though, she wows me sometimes, but she wows me more of the physical sense. She does all the more. She wows me as because her wrestling ability.
Yeah.
But for her talking, I don't go say, let me go on YouTube, look at Selena Vega promos for Sarah
Andrade.
Andrade's. No, I'm not.
But you would listen to her before you would listen to Andrade.
She kind of reminds me
No,
of
period. I want to listen to her, period. because
I
she
really
doesn't wow
wouldn't
me.
listen to her though. Like she tries, it's really hard.
she
But
does.
Selena reminds me of Sensational Sherry back in the day.
Right.
She's she's very loud, very talkative, and she's very physical when she wants to be. So comparing Zelina to Sensational Sherry, it's like, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, my question to the table then is, who's your favorite manager / valet of all time?
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. I think ever since I started watching wrestling when I was younger, it's always been Heyman. So
Okay.
I feel like if you could surpass Heyman, then you can do the job.
I would say that what's the dude's name? The one that used to manage Sabu and RVD.
Bill Alfonso.
yeah.
Bill
the
Alfonso. The reason why
referee,
the reason why I like Bill
the
Alfonso
jack
so
of all
much though,
trades.
because again he brought the sports element to wrestling.
Yeah.
With the
Because
whistle.
you want the guy to throw in the towel, you want the guy to be extra, you want the guy to do all the little stuff. He was just like the guy from what's that dude's name from Punch Out, your manager and your trainer.
Yeah.
He reminds me of that, you know, and that's the element like I liked about him. He brought the sports into the wrestling, and I love it. He was extra. He was loud. Even when he came back with RVD during the whole one night stand,
Right.
you felt his presence. He didn't need all the big microphone, this, that, or third. The simplest stuff was a whistle. You know?
Which is the most annoying thing you can have.
But hey,
It worked. It was
works.
valid.
But hey,
It works.
But hey, you have like a guy that who basically looked like John Claude and a guy that who probably could kill you. So why not get a guy that who's gonna hype you up a little bit more? Why not get the guy that say, "Dang, son, let me just watch this match because he's annoying, but he was good." Another very underrated manager. He used to be a manager for Primetime. What's the dude's name?
I don't know.
Shoot,
Abraham Washington.
something like that. Yes,
Abraham Washington.
Very underrated manager. He had a very brief.
Underrated.
Had
Yes.
it not been for that Kobe, was it outburst that he
Yes.
said? He would.
He was the best because you know why? He spoke a language of black people. He wasn't over the top. He didn't feel scripted. It felt very smooth sailing, even better than Leo Rush. It was just smooth. I loved it, and he filled in all the blanks, just like a hype man. He said, "Yo, go ahead, yo, I like that. I like that." You
Right.
felt him.
Yep.
So this is why to me he's one underrated manager that didn't get the chance because what he said with the comments.
Right.
But if he was in the Ruthless Aggression era, it was slide. But he was too late for his time.
Right.
All right.
My favorite manager, even though I hated him as a kid, was you can't deny him, the Weasel, Bobby the Brain Heenan.
He did his job.
I mean, Bobby the Brain Heenan to me is a combination of treachery and comedy at the same time.
Yeah.
He was a great manager. He was a great color commentator. Him and Gorilla, you know, they keep me laughing all the time. Will
Absolutely.
you stop?
And my
Classic.
favorite of him was like that Raw where he was kicked out and he kept trying to get in.
Oh, yeah.
With all the different costumes, he was just like, "Bro, we know it's you." But when
Came out as a woman.
not when I think of managers, but like people that popped in my head, like as you guys were talking, was like you said Sherry, which I think is by far definitely top for me, just as a woman. I feel like all the women, the ones that came to my head, like I was thinking about, even low key China was a manager,
Right.
on the low.
Alpha.
You
I
think
like
about Woman for when she was managing the Four Horsemen, and she was like kind of like that slick powerhouse, that like that undertone. And I think that's what I always liked about her, was that the undertone was like she was definitely not the woman to mess with. So that one, definitely Paul Heyman is definitely by far, like, come on, even going back to Paulie Dangerous, you know,
Yes.
the Dangerous Alliance kind of thing going on. So,
Right.
you know,
You having
I
fun over
think
there?
managers, he's fine. He's just, you know, playing with his water. But I think managers are
That's my water.
Oh, well, I don't know that now. But I think managers are very essential to a character. Like, honestly, I think I wouldn't even really looked at Yoko if it wasn't for Mr. Fuji.
Mr. Fuji,
Like,
yes.
I would have been like, who is this? But even though Mr. Fuji didn't even really talk at all,
Right.
you just knew that was his hype man. Like, no matter what, whether it was him passing him fucking baby powder to throw in the face.
That was ceremonial salt.
Yeah,
Exactly.
So I think in, you know, now I think it's the one thing that managers and factions are the two things I feel like wrestling lacks in right now,
Right.
because And I think slowly you start to see those kind of things like with MLW, you have Contra Unit, you have Undisputed Era. I'm a huge MLW fan.
Bullet Club.
So
Oh my God.
You have the Bullet Club.
Jacob Fatu is my favorite.
Jacob Fatu just
Was
accepted my friend request on Instagram.
He's now the MLW World Heavyweight Champion.
Facts,
Shout out to
facts
the
on facts.
Samoan Werewolf.
Facts on fact, and he just accepted my friend request on Instagram. Thank
Freaking all these Samoans, man.
you. What happened, love?
So you said you think it would be a female. You both said that.
Yeah, I don't know which female though. Like
Yeah.
Devil's advocate. What if it's Sasha Banks?
no,
Wow.
because that wouldn't be.
Why? Because she's been out of the loop. Even though reports say she's still gonna stay with WWE.
Well, she's under contract, so regardless, just like how Harper is sitting on that ass at home because he's still under contract, she's still under contract. So I
true.
don't, and I don't think to me that wouldn't make sense. Like I wouldn't know how. Like I say it's a woman because ideally I would see the woman standing up to Brandy in that sense. That's why I think a woman would be it.
Right.
But I don't think it would be sock. Like I don't see that at all.
I see her attitude. Like I do see the attitude because she did just walk out, and she's been
She's
sitting
tired.
and waiting.
I mean, and I think she's owed that. Like, I think, as wrestling fans, we do sometimes take wrestlers for granted. And just like, and we'll probably hit Finn once we start talking about Raw, but Finn asked for 2 months off after SummerSlam.
Yeah.
And I think you're owed that. Like, I think you need time to reset yourself. Like, Liv Morgan off of SmackDown.
Smoke.
I think as a character, you kind of need that reset button. And whether it's injuries that do it to you or you hit the reset button yourself, I think it's important to, just recollect yourself as a human being.
I mean, he's done a lot. For the WWE, he does deserve like 2 months off.
Yeah.
I mean, Finn has been working very hard. He carried the Intercontinental Championship for a while, ever since WrestleMania.
And did what?
I mean, but we can say that about any title. Don't do that.
Listen.
No.
He carried the Universal title. We're talking
like what?
For one day.
for one
actually,
fucking day.
actually less than 24 hours, guys.
Okay.
Less than
less.
24 hours.
And
yeah.
they've dropped him so much,
Exactly.
giving him so many supposed chances. They've dropped his ass
Exactly.
so hard. It's not that he got it. They just did it to shut him
Listen.
up.
But once he comes back, do you think he'll join the club?
I don't know.
I'm waiting for that.
I'm waiting. Listen, my dream right now is Undisputed Era versus
The Bullet Club.
So, like, WWE need to get on it. But let's move on to our tweet of the week from @AlessaBliss _WWE. And it was just simply, in quotations, just disrespectful. So, as Monday Night Raw was hailed from the Nassau Coliseum here in New York, Long Island.
Wow.
Shout outs to anyone that had
I wonder
went
why
out.
Zack Ryder won.
Duh.
It's his
That nigga
hometown.
always wins in Long Island.
He's the only wrestler that wins in his hometown.
Shout outs to
Only in Long Island, though.
shout outs to Behind the Barricade because the boys hit me up, was like, "Oh, you going to Raw?" I was like, "Nah," because I'm actually going to Raw
Shout
next
out to
week.
them.
So shout outs to Behind the Barricade
Shout
as
out
always.
to what's the federation they commentary for?
IWW. Yeah.
Shout out to them.
As everyone watched, there was a fatal 4-way match between Carmella, Naomi, Natalya, and Alexa Bliss this week on Raw. And as fans, you can
Yo, it was trash. Let's get to the point with this, man.
Anticipated.
It was trash. Like, honestly, though,
The
listen.
match was trash,
Yo,
or
listen.
the fans were
Yo,
trash?
real talk. That whole match was trash, and I watched that match on basically on mute, mad low.
So what made it so trash?
I
Yo,
was falling asleep.
It was just the pace of it. I'm sorry. I said this last episode. I'm gonna keep saying this again. WWE women look so choreographed. The matches are boring. The matches are not interesting. They fight like a bunch of stiffos. When you go to Impact, when you go to AEW, you see these women going at it.
Actually, AEW got to work on that, but
But it
that's
doesn't
neither
matter
here
though.
nor
It's
there.
more,
That does matter.
like,
If that's gonna be your catalyst.
It looks more realistic.
That's true.
Like, honestly, Naomi have they be so like what am I watching? Listen, a lot of these women in WWE, I'm not taking away their talent, I'm not taking away their ability, I'm not taking away how hard they work in and out the ring. I'm not taking away nothing that they do as women as entirety. But I'm sorry, I'm sick and tired of watching television and they be boring me majority of the time. I'm sick and tired of it be a handful of women who get on screen, all right, this might be a good match. I don't want to gamble with all these other women.
I mean, but you're gonna gamble. Wrestling, you're gonna gamble. Period.
I mean,
Like,
yeah,
it's
but
gonna
I'd
be-
rather
it's gonna
gamble
be
on a
hit
match
and
that's
miss.
going to be eventful because honestly, and I'm saying this as a woman, for the last, 3 years since they introduced the new women's titles, they've been shoving the women's division down everyone's throats.
That's true.
And I
Yes.
am pro
Yes.
female. I'm for the Me Too movement. I'm for everything. But I'm sorry. You did the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. You shouldn't have done the Mae Young Battle Royal. You should keep whatever's tradition as tradition. And if you want to do something for the women's pay-per-view was a genius idea, but you didn't build it enough. And like I told him told Wilkins when he came to S3 Radio, they did not prepare and did not do enough promotion enough.
Now, was the promotion granted, the promotion was lackluster, but was it due to time or was it due to them not wanting to do that?
And you see that's my point. That's what I've been saying since last week's episode and forever. They don't do women right in WWE. A simple fact like this. Yo, every match, from the beginning to the end, was brilliant. So the fact that how you're not building upon that, matter of fact, next year it's going to Nassau Coliseum, but they actually put in effort in with the lights. They put no effort into the lights.
Well, actually, I didn't mind the lights being the way they were because it gave that NXT feel.
Okay.
Personally,
but yet, honestly, that didn't look full HD. The display, it looked crapped.
True.
So the fact that you're not putting effort into your own women, that show how much respect you have for these women.
I
And whoa, I'm about to go off on this too. How the fact that WrestleMania, you have not one time they defended their titles. The only time they defended it was on SmackDown. How many months? And they always talk about how that women power this, women power this. Yo, you straight up disrespect every single woman on that roster, what y'all doing every single week. And a single fact like this, and after a while though, son, it makes me feel like, why don't I watch women on the screen anymore? And y'all storylines is sorry, and your storylines is so played out, we doing the same exact thing. Yo, honestly though, son, to be real honest with you, I'll say this right now though, son, Impact, I see these women in other wrestling. Shout out to Tessa. Shout out to Kiara Hogan. Shout out to Jordan Grace.
Taya.
They killed exactly. All they're doing killed everywhere else. And when they go back to Impact, they still kill. I don't want to hear that we getting more time to do certain stuff. This, that, and third. No. I'm tired of this. And people stay defending WWE on this. Yo, I should have disrespected women because y'all don't have respect for the women there. Simple.
They don't have respect for the women. They don't have respect for their own brand. Because in the end of the day, first of all, their Nielsen ratings have gone down drastically in the last year and a half alone. Okay? WWE is being threatened by USA to be taken off the network soon.
USA is not even gonna do shit. Like, sorry, because guess what? When WWE tried to pull that card and they was trying to take everything to fucking Fox, USA did everything in their power to be like, nah, we need y'all to resign. So they definitely.
But why do you think they gave away SmackDown?
Call
though?
a biggest spade a spade. Well,
they gave away SmackDown. They still kept Raw.
I would have done it. Yeah, like I would have. Like Fox, the money that Fox threw, they couldn't match that.
First of all, I'd rather give away Raw to Fox.
The only thing that's keeping afloat, the only thing that's keeping Monday Night Raw afloat is the 24/7 championship segments. I mean,
not even.
R-Truth, Drake Maverick, they're keeping.
Shout out to Black Excellence right there.
Yes.
Holding down. The first ever champion was Titus O'Neil. Come on, let's do
and
this.
R-Truth is a 10-time 24/7 champion.
European television champion.
Yes.
That shit is hilarious.
Everywhere.
To this day.
And once again, this displays that when you give people time and let them rock and actually write for them, that actually makes sense, they can actually laugh about it, you get gold.
But let me ask you a question though. Is it really a 24/7 championship? Because we only see it being defended on motherfucking Monday Night Raw.
No,
Stop.
no.
It's
Breaking the
it's
fourth
also
wall.
So no.
Stop breaking the fourth wall.
Listen.
It's defended.
Listen,
you know?
kayfabe is real. Don't worry about it. But no, but if you watch so that's why, and that's the one thing I do like about WWE because they're getting hip to like YouTube and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you watch, like they'll post YouTube videos like throughout the week.
They did the golf course, airport tarmacs.
Him doing his wedding.
Exactly.
Yeah, the
It was
wedding.
weird.
They do it everywhere. It's not just
it's just not on Raw. It's not just with fucking R-Truth and a fucking wash machine that to this day I'm still trying to figure out how the fuck he got in that. But whatever. But let's move on to our jobber's choice of this week. So as everyone this past weekend, we were going AEW versus Evolve happening. I'm going to just throw it to the table. Some people might have watched both. Some might have watched one or the other. Let's talk about AEW first. I mean, I can just say I didn't watch it as of yet. Busy girl, sorry. Okay. But those that did watch it on the table, what were your thoughts on AEW's Fight for the Fallen?
They dropped the ball on Goldust.
Oh, yeah.
Goldust should have been champion when he was the top of his popularity. The fact that he was there, the main eventing, tag team action
with his brother,
and doesn't matter. And the fact that they had how many tag team matches, and each tag team matches felt different. That one, it started off very WWE-ish, and then evolved to something else. So that alone, it shows me that how that WWE is misusing their talent. Or I won't say misuse their talent.
They dropped the ball.
But
I was gonna
they
say
dropped
because
the ball.
we've all had that conversation where it's like how we can't put all 100% on WWE.
But on Goldust,
Cannot do
that's money right there.
Yeah.
And let's break it down. Him and Booker T.
Right.
The stuff that he was trying to do with Ted DiBiase Jr., but it wasn't enough pushing behind it. The fact that him and his dad and his brother got the tag team go with the Shield. That's one of the milestones of the Shield's
Yep.
rivalries.
R.I.P. Dusty.
I mean, let's just and then more recently, his whole match was his fucking brother.
Facts.
Yup.
Facts.
I want to be like him when I
Exactly.
like that age. God.
Exactly.
All right. So what were some pros and cons with Fight of the Fallen? Because it looks like the rest of you watched it. So
was it?
because I mean, from hearing it and reading it from certain parts, some people enjoyed it. Some people just thought it was
I feel it dragged.
TV show.
I only saw bits and pieces of
Okay.
Fight for the Fallen. I mean, the women's matches, they're
brutal.
It was brutal,
They're
but it was
hard.
dragged.
especially that.
Yeah, no, I
was it
mean brutal
especially-
and like you're
Like,
gonna fall asleep.
I
Especially-
literally like I was enjoying like a couple of drinks, watching it last night, and I'm sitting here like, okay, I was so excited for the Brandy and Alley match.
Oh, Brandy
Why?
just can't wrestle.
You know,
Neither can Allie.
because
Let's call a spade a spade.
because I literally binged AEW all weekend. So when they said she's finally gonna perform after all the shit talking,
No, like
Yeah.
I honestly I thought she would have fallen double or nothing. So I was
Wait.
surprised. Really,
Yeah.
Speaking
that
speaking
it wasn't
of
as much.
speaking of shit talking, Cody Rhodes. I know you're proud of AEW. I know you're doing very good with it.
Too much
but,
theatrics,
But
though.
but another thing, you need to stop talking about WWE and worry about your own product.
Facts.
I'm sick and tired of you.
wait, but you saw the meme I sent you though, didn't you?
Yeah, I seen it. Was it Brock Lesnar won the Universal Championship for the
And then
umpteenth time,
everyone
and
is
was it? And
laughing.
everyone was
Thank
laughing.
God.
But was it? What I don't get is why Cody keeps on, talking about WWE when he needs to worry about his
He's
own
a cancer.
company.
Well,
Because they like
Ooh, yeah. Are you at the gym? And you need something to listen to? Ooh, yeah. I got an idea. How about you download the Jabba Tears podcast on anywhere you listen to podcasts? Because it gives you that. Ooh, yeah.
let him
Sometimes.
go.
No, it's
I know-
beyond. First of all, let's all talk. Cody threw the first strike. Period. End of story.
Listen,
And
Cody
it's, and
is
it's
a cancer.
okay. You know what? And it's okay,
Exactly.
Cody, if you want to talk about it, but don't be mad when shots are fired
But
back at
Cody,
you. Don't
listen,
do that.
listen.
Well, yeah.
Let me defend my fellow cancer. All right?
Emotional ass people.
But
Go
you have to
for it.
understand, he has to talk it out. Give it a couple of weeks. He's not gonna care no more.
No, he's gonna
Yeah.
always care.
No,
But
no,
that's
no,
the
no, no,
problem.
no, no,
the first
no.
shot,
He's a
though.
cancer. I'm telling you from experience.
I'm
a
pretty
cancer.
sure.
He's gonna get over it.
And I'm pretty sure
I hope he gets
He's
over
gonna
it.
get over it.
he's definitely
He's
not.
a
I hope so.
cancer, man.
He's not.
He's over. I
He's not.
I know him.
But you know what? Honestly
I touched
speaking,
him,
if
so I
from
know
a
him.
marketing
I touched
standpoint, don't be over it. Keep talking about that shit. Why not?
Exactly,
You did?
but from a marketing standpoint, that's probably why he's doing
Yeah,
That's
it.
true.
exactly.
Okay, that's true.
Okay, but you
you
gotta
know.
remember, WWE did the same shit when Sami Zayn went out of character and started talking crap.
But see, the thing about it is WWE keeps the same motherfucking energy. If they gonna talk shit from the beginning, they gonna talk shit from the middle, and they gonna talk shit at the end. You know, see, WWE is like, you know what you getting out of that. Period.
Right.
Like, you know, if you gonna buy, let's say you gonna buy lipstick. You know the color you gonna get. That's the color you gonna get. That's WWE. You know what you gonna do. You know what you signed up for. You know what you're getting. All these other promotions, you just it's like a Jack in the Box. You don't know what you're gonna get. It's or a Cracker Jack box. You don't know what you're gonna find.
Yeah,
in the middle of the
exactly.
thing, which is fine. Which is why I always stress to people like it is an alternative. But guess what? AEW has not been the only fucking alternative in wrestling. So now that you all are hip to the game, enjoy it. Let it marinate.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the end of the day,
But I think it's just a good breath. I think a breath of fresh air, like I was telling.
no,
Lucius.
I think the same. I think the same of that. I think the same as, and I stress to the boys every week. MLW is my breath of fresh air for wrestling right now. So like, I feel like you just as the wrestling fan individual, you got to find your own niche. You got to find what gives you that kind of like umph. Because as much shit as we talk about WWE, we always gonna watch that shit. So don't.
True.
I really
but
don't care what anybody
at the
says.
same time, I personally like it because you always see somebody like from the old days coming in and giving you that
I don't
feel.
give a fuck with anybody. We gonna talk about Taker because everybody want to talk shit about Taker, but Taker fucking showed up on Sunday.
Yes, he did.
Thank you.
Yes.
Am I the only one that would enjoy the pay-per-view?
You probably are. I thought you know what it is.
I loved
actually
it for the
enjoyed
most part. I loved it, except for a couple of
Only,
matches.
I thought I enjoyed
only
it.
up until the end for me.
Oh,
No,
I mean, listen, you
I
hate
think-
anything regarding Brock Lesnar. You don't count.
Ooh. Oh, we're gonna talk. Oh, we're gonna get to that.
Are we
Fine.
talking about Wrestler Bliss?
We're gonna talk
Fine.
about that. What?
We never talked about Wrestler Bliss.
We did.
Oh.
The whole woman thing, we definitely
we
just
did.
spoke about Alexa
Oh, yeah,
Bliss.
yeah, yeah.
You went off on that.
Good
remember?
morning.
We both just had a tirade, bro.
Good morning.
Yo, sorry about the audience. You know, Mr. Black is high.
As fuck.
So a lot of times I'm gonna
He
forget
was
my own
celebrating his
thoughts.
birthday last
And
night.
he was just eating
he
these
devoured
cupcakes.
2
Exactly.
cupcakes.
He was just eating
Three.
these cupcakes.
But
Three.
all right, let's talk
y'all know
about
Mr.
then
Black is high.
Evolve because I watched. I finally got through it
Yes.
yesterday. Thank you, Jesus.
Yes.
And let's talk about it for 2.5 seconds. Did you watch
No.
it? All right,
Yes,
let
I
me
did.
break it down to you then
I
because
did.
So I guess they watched it and we're just
I
gonna
did.
wait.
I did.
well, no one. I've been to the last Evolve show that was here in Brooklyn. I went to with Undisputed Era. It was Roderick Strong versus Austin Theory.
Oh yeah.
So I was there live. So don't be rude. You talking
Hey.
about AEW?
Oh, now.
Looking at her.
Oh,
She's actually thick.
why?
Because she's thick and so does she.
It just showed up on the screen. I was trying to pull like something
Oh.
WWE up, and that just showed up. I was like, oh.
Oh wow.
I like
Stop.
you.
Yeah, well, we know you do. We know you do. But as I was saying, Evolve's 10-year anniversary
Yes.
was just this past Saturday as well on the WWE Network for the very first time.
Yes.
You had fucking Paul Heyman announce the title match of Austin Theory versus JD Drake, which I thought was by far one of their best matches that
Yes.
they have put on. To see JD Drake do a fucking moonsault from the top
Yo.
rope, I repeat, a moonsault from the top rope, not the second, not the first, the third, the top.
Kurt
Dude,
does that.
Was
And
it
he's
do-
like 305.
Do not count out the big boys. They can do
Thick guns.
anything that
Hashtag-
that the cruiserweights
Like,
can
I've
do.
been saying that. Like
I am an advocate of all thick.
we wasn't
men.
big forever.
Thank you.
You know, we got big.
What's
No.
that?
That man has been thick forever. Ever.
And the NXT Championship match, Akira Tozawa versus Adam Cole, that was off the
I
hook.
like that one,
Was
but
it with
I'm
the
gonna have to watch it.
for
with
me,
the-
the women's match, I think you would have
Shotzi Blackheart?
enjoyed
Yes,
with what's her name, Brandy Lauren versus Shotzi.
Shotzi. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
My point. That's not
Whoa.
WWE.
No, but it was like hardcore. Like this fucking bitch went through she did a dive into chairs. I'm a dive
I remember
into
West Indies and Mae
chairs.
Young versus Tessa Blanchard. Battle
It was
Club.
just like
Yep.
that.
Oh man.
It was just
I
like
love when
that.
women kill each other.
Okay, a little morbid of you, but
Listen,
all right, cool story, bro.
Low key.
That's
Some
very-
of my favorite matches is Japanese death matches of women. That's
Oh,
my
yeah.
secret fetish.
That
Low,
first
low,
of
low,
all,
low
that
key.
sounds like some porn
Secret fetish.
shit.
Oh my goodness.
It's not,
I mean-
clearly, it's not a secret.
I
like
mean,
that.
they do have a porn where women wrestle.
I'm not surprised.
China main one. She got
Yeah, I
trained
know.
through
I saw-
by.
Oh, Lord,
yeah.
here we
Oh,
go.
Lord.
How do we always find our way talking about this China porn? I feel like
Man.
we always find a way to do that
Man.
shit.
You know that I never watched it.
Really?
Never?
I've never
Are
seen
you-
it. I don't know.
Why do I feel like you lying?
I never watched it because I feel like China to me is like that strong alpha woman. Like she don't need 100 niggas running train through. I don't need to see that.
I don't,
That's true. That's true.
okay.
Are you sure she have 100 people on train on her, or she train be on them?
Ooh,
Listen,
sis.
listen.
Yo.
Talk about it.
Listen,
But I think,
in my mind wonder,
honestly
right? She's
speaking,
dead.
I think that WWE did the right. I mean, as many
Yeah.
fans might want to say they pulled the petty card and putting it on a network at the same time as AEW, but I think it was a very smart strategic move. I think that Evolve being the cesspool of the up and coming superstars that are being pulled into NXT is very valid and very much
agree.
worthy.
That means they're very open to independent wrestling companies like Evolve and Progress in the UK. Progress Wrestling. That's where most of the UK talent
You
came
guys
from.
come from.
Was it like Walter, Pete Dunne?
With the entire British Strong Style.
Yes.
Quick question: where is Pete Dunne? Like,
Pete Dunne's from NXT UK.
Yeah.
he's like, how's he doing over there?
He's doing good,
He's
but
alright,
he,
got
but
a
he
full-ass
lost, but he
beard
lost
now.
the NXT UK
He
title.
has been there since,
Oh, he's
right?
yeah.
Yeah, he's still there.
Yeah, he's still there. He's
still
good.
there. He's teaming up with Tyler Bate and Trent Seven. British Strong Style is back, and they're going up against the new group Imperium, led by the NXT UK champion Walter.
And you'll see that NXT UK takeover, which is the same weekend as well.
Yep.
So basically, like, it's the Kingpin versus Spider-Man.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yo, did you see Spider-Man? Side
Of
note.
course, twice.
I didn't.
wait.
Please don't tell me
Don't
how it
spoil
ends.
it. I haven't seen it
Please
yet.
don't tell me how
Stop
it
it.
ends.
All
Please
right,
don't
no,
tell
we're
me
not
how
gonna
it
go
ends.
into
Come
it
on
yet.
now.
It's actually really good. Okay, I should go see it.
I got to see Lion King this week.
Yo, I'm gonna go see Lion King on Friday
Oh snap!
in Florida. Yup,
I'm gonna
ticket
see-
is already
I'm gonna
bought.
see in like I got the movie pass AMC. Oh man.
Oh shit, go see it. I'm about to, yo, so not only am I gonna go see Lion King Friday in Florida for $10, but I'm gonna come back on Tuesday, fly back to New York, and go see it again because
$15.
No, for
Oh, wow.
$6 because it's
$6,
$6
dogs.
Tuesday.
On the app, you
At
charge extra
AMC.
$1 for service fee. But if you're a member,
No.
it's $5 flat.
Listen,
But,
Nice.
but if you pay a little extra money, free 99, 3 movies a day.
yo,
Oh,
so I
man.
highly like the childhood, dream in me of seeing Lion King is coming true.
Oh, man,
so
Danny
I'm
Glover
excited.
talking. Oh
Nice.
man.
Yo,
Oh,
and they put the
man.
soundtrack on Spotify too.
Oh,
Oof.
they done messed up.
Yeah, nah, I got
They
that
done
shit
messed up.
saved.
That's right.
All right, so let's talk about Extreme Rules that just passed
Ah,
this
here we
Sunday.
go.
I am going to figure out why Lucius is so anti Brock Lesnar
Wait.
because I find that super interesting.
Yeah.
See, well, I mean, he's always been anti Brock Lesnar since WrestleMania 31, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, see, that's how good of a friend I am. I remembered.
Yeah.
I think it's
There you
WrestleMania
go.
19. I'm like, come on, man, you can't hate on
okay.
Brock
So
the wrestler.
what's your beef with Brock? What
Yes.
you got going
Oh,
on
my
with
God.
Brock?
He beefcake on steroids.
So you're gonna have to call me the Stephen A. Smith of professional wrestling because here it goes.
That's it.
Brock
What this
Lesnar.
one was.
He's
Brock-
the denouncer.
Brock Lesnar is a part timer. I'm just gonna put this out flat out right now. Brock Lesnar is a part timer. He never defends the title at every pay per view. Only the big ones like SummerSlam, Survivor Series, WrestleMania. I mean, if you're gonna be there, be there. Was it to defend the title 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? But at your pace, and and I don't mean sit at home and just watch the program. Just be there.
No, he's in Vegas with everyone from UFC.
Wait, so I'm gonna challenge you because that's what I like to do.
Challenge.
So now,
Challenge.
when I find it always interesting when people have issues with Brock and they bring up the part-timer situation about how Brock don't defend and blah blah blah, he shouldn't be there. But would you have rather, or not rather, but what were your feelings when The Rock won against CM Punk and became champion and then took the title to WrestleMania 29 against John Cena?
Okay, you're gonna call me a hypocrite
That's
because
his, The Rock
You gonna
is
call
one
me
of
a
his
hypocrite.
favorite wrestlers.
because The Rock is my favorite. Always have been since he first arrived in 1996. Was it The Rock winning against CM Punk? I know it was
he
it was
shouldn't have won
a
and-
shot in the eye towards CM Punk.
Oh no,
And-
that shit was a low blow. It was a kick in the throat.
Yeah, I know.
It was let me piss on
Was
you
it- I mean-
type of situation.
That's my boy at the end. At the end, that's always gonna be my
See,
favorite.
but that's why I always
But-
love challenging people because people will sit here and they'll be like, "Oh fuck, Brock, he's a part timer. He does this, he does that." But then when I bring
That's
up
right.
that Rock,
When
they're
they
like,
bring up The Rock, yeah.
nah, I gotta make an
mean,
exception because to me, Brock being a part timer, I've never had an issue with. Only
Right.
because I feel like if every week we had Brock on TV,
Right.
I feel like they already misuse talent, but I feel like if the focus was always on the Universal Champion, we wouldn't have other people getting a spotlight or getting a chance to showcase themselves.
Okay, when you put it like that
Yeah,
makes sense.
I mean, I
Okay.
get that too.
Okay, when you put it like that, I mean.
But at the same time, we keep bringing back these people, and we're not developing the talent that we do have as we speak.
I mean,
But it's
that's
the same
that's
it's the same when for the past 6 months who's been in the title has been Seth and him.
I mean, that's the reason why Kevin Owens was doing that tirade because everyone's being held back, and you're making time for these old timers and these part timers coming in.
Yeah.
What's it? You gotta make time for the talent that you have right now, like Buddy Murphy, Apollo Crews, Cedric Alexander, Kairi Sane, Asuka, all of them. You need to make time for them.
But
and
they've also brought up people from NXT that they shouldn't have.
the Street Profits.
that's always
the Street Profits.
The Street
being
Profits
one.
is not brought up, guys. They're just here for comedic relief. Relax.
No, but
They're
I'm
not
talking
funny.
about in general because they.
because they're a
to
bunch
me.
of niggas. They are funny. They're a bunch
Not
of niggas.
funny.
I mean, Janelle, think of it. Like
I'm pretty
this.
sure if you met them in person,
They be
you would be
cool.
mad cool with them,
They be
and you
cool,
probably
bro.
smoke with them too if they smoke.
Listen.
And
all
that's
I'm
why you
saying is
smiling
this.
because you know it's the truth.
All I'm saying is this: what they write for them is terrible. Like I can't get.
It's
jiggy with
corny,
it.
but it's because
No.
their gimmick is corny.
But you know what? I'm gonna say this. Real talk. This is a rip off of Private Party. Simple as that.
No.
Simple as that.
I don't
Private
think
Party did it
so.
way better.
No.
'Cause what? They had the
No.
whole arena rocking. Everybody was feeling them dancing. Street Profits is a little like listen.
Street Profits don't even those are very two different things.
Who do you
I
want to have?
think.
Who do you want to have to start your party off? The Street Profits, a bunch of cool niggas, or a Private Party who was like, you know what? I don't give a dang. This had to represent today's generation. Going
Private
out
Party was
being
coming out
crazy.
doing silly string in their
Hey,
entrance.
hey.
And
That's
Private Party
unique.
and Private
That's
Party was
unique.
coming out with red cups.
Red cups, okay, boom. Cool kids do.
Okay.
Nobody want to be a cool kid. Everybody just want to be themselves, their own vibes.
I like a red cup.
Was it?
Because
No,
listen,
I did both teams. Was it in its entirety? Was it the Private Party? I've seen them at a HOG show.
too.
Was it they're cool as fuck, and was it they're one of the best tag teams, and I'm glad that they're in AEW right now.
Yes.
The Street Profits, okay, they're off the wall. They're very goofy, but still, those are my boys too. And was it them being the NXT champions right now?
Hashtag Black Excellence.
Yes.
And that's
I
great.
mean, was it along with the Velveteen Dream, the NXT
Hashtag
North
Black
American
Excellence. We can
champion?
keep going.
I mean, was it Kofi Kingston, the WWE
Hashtag-
champion?
Hashtag. Oh,
Black
and your new
Excellence.
your new
Your new
SmackDown.
Tag
SmackDown
Team.
Live. Let me do it. WWE
WWE
World Tag Team
Champions.
Champions. The
I mean, we
boys,
can-
the New Day.
So we could go on and on and on. But I mean, I get what you know. Once again, not every wrestling is like fucking Baskin Robbins. Not every flavor you gonna fuck with. So
True.
at the end of the day, you may not fuck with the character, but I'm pretty sure if Street Profits came to Legends, hosted a party, you would be cool with them.
as their real names, yes.
Yeah.
I
They
don't-
wrestle body.
I don't bang with them as wrestlers. I think they're super overrated in the ring.
I think they're decent,
Keyword.
but it's because once again, like they're still going up and learning and learning the business.
Yeah, but
Like,
here's the thing.
they're not gonna be perfect.
What's up?
But here's the thing. You brought up Bailey from NXT way too quick, and then she was sitting there for like what, a year, not doing shit.
Oh man.
Okay, you made Ashka.
Basuda.
You made Ashka wait how long?
Look Insta Live if you want to put it back on.
You made Ashka wait God knows how long to come up to the main roster when she should have been there way before she should have.
True.
And you gave her a whack storyline for a while. You broke her record. All right.
I'm
I'm
still pissed off about that.
I'm
Still pissed off.
very mad about that. Only to now be in the tag team title, which I think it's a genius thing.
Minus Paige.
Minus Paige.
Right.
The colonizer.
But for
Shut up.
The colonizer.
you gonna give her a title, yeah, she really is though. Submission sorority, really. But
Oh wow.
but you giving for a title that hasn't even had any prestige because you put it on two bleach blonde bimbos.
Have not talked about prestige, about the prestige of pointers having prestige wins.
Honestly,
Everybody looked at me crazy on the
No,
live
no
feed.
one looked
Everybody
at
thought I
you
was
crazy. No one thought you was crazy.
Nah.
Like these titles are supposed to mean something, but for the mere fact that one, the Universal Championship went from freaking Finn to Kevin to Goldberg back to Brock to Goldberg
The moment
once
it went
again.
to Goldberg, it was with the shits. So
No
sorry,
prestige.
not sorry.
No prestige.
There's no prestige. That doesn't mean shit. I'm sorry. The Raw Tag Team Champion didn't mean crap to me for a while because you keep passing it between Charlotte and whoever with her flavor of the month.
Yep.
Okay,
There that go.
and now you got the tag team, the women's tag team titles that they show up whenever they feel like it.
But we're gonna talk about SmackDown because I honestly thought
Wait, we gotta talk about
I
Extreme
thought
Rules.
I know, but when we get to SmackDown, we'll talk about the women's tag team title. So we'll go real quick around the table. What's one up, one down from Extreme Rules this weekend? We already know Brock winning for you was your down. So what was your up? Let's start with you, Mr. Lucius.
He about to say Taker.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I mean, The Undertaker and Roman Reigns, aka the Graveyard Dogs, was a defeating.
Which is low key trash, but whatever.
Yeah, I know.
Whatever.
It's-
WWE.
it-
you can't fool me.
I know.
But it's not
But-
relevant commentary.
But them winning was beneficial to both of them. Of
course.
I thought that them opening the show was
But
very
my-
strategic too.
But my favorite matches of Extreme Rules is when Kofi defeated Samoa Joe for the title,
Facts.
and the New Day becoming for the 6th time the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. I mean, they've been together for like 5 years,
5 years.
and never would we imagine that 3 African American professional wrestlers.
Say it
would
again
be,
for those in the back that can't hear you.
Hashtag Black Excellence.
Never would we thought 5 years later we would see 3 African American professional wrestlers
Yep.
carry the top gold
Yep.
of SmackDown Live,
Gold
tag
all
team
on my
titles,
chain.
and the WWE Championship. Can you imagine it? I've been wanting this ever since I was a kid.
Yeah, I think the little kid in us all wanted it.
I wanted this since I was a
He
kid.
blew my
I wanted
phone
the
up.
Junkyard Dog as a WWE champion. I wanted Coco Beware as a WWE champion, but
Really?
I didn't get it.
Really?
I didn't get
Well,
Ahmed
listen.
Johnson as a WWE
And
champion.
you know why? Because Ahmed shot himself in the fucking foot.
Yeah, I know.
That's a different story.
I like Ahmed.
That is
But
no, you might like the
I don't like-
ambiance,
but listen
No.
to
but
me.
no.
He's get
Li-
beat.
But listen
He
to me.
always was injury prone, and he was an
But
asshole.
listen to me. Outside of WWE, I got Ron Simmons as the first WCW champion. I got R-Truth as the first African American NWA World Heavyweight Champion.
Let's talk
I
about
got
the longest reigning ROH champion, Mr.
Jay
Jay
Lethal. Yes, I got Jay
Thank
Lethal as Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion. I'm proud of that. Bob Sapp, first ever IWGP Heavyweight Champion.
The first ever New Japan IC champion was Mr.
MVP.
Yep.
There you go.
MVP, my first IWGP Intercontinental Champion. I got that, but I did not get my WWE Champion, and I finally got him, Kofi Kingston.
Some people might
I
say
get
that-
chills
Some
still.
people might say The Rock, but The Rock never jacked me in black. He jacked
First
me
of
in
all,
Samoan.
I mean,
No,
yeah,
but
technically.
the technical thing is that the name of the title, like
Yes.
the name of the title is what the technicality comes from.
I mean,
But Katie,
And this is why Lucius is not allowed to post during the pay-per-views because he ruined it for
spoiler
everyone.
fucking alerts. What is bro? Don't do that shit.
man,
Bro,
Don't do it.
Bro,
Man.
dealing with Lucius as a friend, you have to block him on Facebook during pay-per-views
At least you know what's up.
he does commentary.
she almost did that, by the way.
See, you almost got deleted.
Oh no, he
Delete!
do this.
Delete!
I was like,
Delete!
I was like, Lucius, I don't want to hear from you. If you post on Facebook, I'm coming to your house and beating the shit out of you.
There you go. All right, well, Katie, what is your one up, one down from Extreme Rules?
I mean, honestly, the Taker and Shane match with the tag team, honestly, what had me the most other than Roman marking around was the I'm sorry, you
First of all,
cannot.
no,
Yes.
but I need Roman to keep that same fucking energy because when WrestleMania 33 rolled around, bro, you was not out here marking. You thought you was the big. You thought you were the
Yeah.
big dog. So
Oh,
don't do that.
man.
Don't be the mark out king in the fucking corner when your ass wasn't doing that in Orlando. Please
I
and thank you.
Like
But
I
when
was
you
high
mark-
as shit watching it, laughing my ass off. Honestly,
I
But
mean, it
when
was
you be
cute,
marking,
but-
but when you be marking too, if you were tagging
Yeah.
up with a potential WWE Hall
yeah,
of
but I
Famer,
wouldn't. But
First of all-
but I wouldn't have like violated him when I was one on one him, and then be like, "Oh, this is my friend.
Okay.
This is cool." Like,
Okay.
no, keep
Michaels
the
did it.
same energy, and that's once
And look
again,
where Shawn Michaels is now.
questionable.
Like he could have just laid down for Rick. He could
yeah,
have
he could have.
WCW it.
He could have.
But Rick told him, "Come on." Like Rick low key was like, "Bring it."
But then again,
Rick told him to come
I'll
on.
never forget it. I'm sorry. I
That's
love you.
That's Sir Wilkins' favorite thing. We always got to hear about it. But all right, so Undertaker,
But if you look at their exchange at the end, like you see that mutual respect
yeah,
between
the respect is there. I will give him that.
But my definite one up was the AJ Ricochet fight.
There you go.
Okay, what's your down? What's your down?
My down, the tag team match between Becky and Seth with Lacey and
Baron Corbin.
Baron.
First of all, that table shoot was actually dope. The both of them putting them through the table, I thought was kind of cute.
But
I'm
you,
not gonna hold you
but
to it.
you claim you classy, but you have the motherfucker's name on your ass.
I mean, people gotta know
He's
your
a
name.
classy hoe.
That's what I'm saying.
You know.
I mean, we don't disrespect,
Sorry.
veterans. Don't do that.
Sorry.
Don't be disrespectful now.
Oh yeah, that's
All
true.
right, Mr.
Lacey-
Black.
Whoa.
She is a veteran in the.
Actually, she is
She's
a
a
veteran.
veteran.
She's a veteran. She's a
What?
she's an army vet. Sorry.
I want to know how an army vet ended up in WWE though.
I feel like most of them do though.
In Garcia's podcast, she tells
I feel like most
Yeah.
of them do though. Like Road Dogg, veteran,
Yeah, not a
Randy,
veteran.
but Randy got
Yeah, Randy Orton.
discharged. But that's neither here nor
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
But Mr. Black, one up, one down for
The whole
Extreme
record was
Rules.
trash.
No, it
overall.
wasn't.
Yes, it was. It was mad boring. The vibe was
It
mad.
really
like,
Are you talking about?
Was it?
Wait, are we still talking about?
I feel like no, he's not. He's talking about Extreme Rules, which I
It was
find
trash.
really crazy.
The only thing that I liked, that was my biggest up was
Let's see.
my son Oscar back versus Cesaro.
Okay.
That was a good thing. And of course, my down was the whole Braun Strowman versus Bobby Lashley match. Yo, listen, I'm expecting two juggernauts to throw each other through walls and stuff
Yeah,
like
but
that.
Bobby Lashley's not a fucking juggernaut, so
it
stop
doesn't
thinking
matter.
that.
He's the walking Armageddon.
But he's not a juggernaut, so
Oh,
don't
okay.
do that.
But he's still a
Armageddon.
big boy.
Exactly.
But he's not on Braun
in
Strowman big level.
In WWE, he's not the Armageddon. He's just Armin.
Oh, that was
Oh.
Yeah, he's just Armin. That's it. He's just Armin. That's it.
You just want Bobby Lashley to win. That's why that show
the whole
down.
match was mad whack. It wasn't entertaining.
Yeah,
It was
disappointing.
It was disappointing. It was mad like.
That's a-
Like
That's
Bleacher
a-
Report gave
That's
it a
another
C.
one that I wanted to be a
I
champion.
mean, because you know what it
Exactly.
is, though? It's like, this was like the 18th time we've seen this.
Doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
So, honestly, if, like, let's say if the whole what happened on Raw would have happened on Extreme Rules, it would have been a different effect.
But they should have. Okay, I get it. 100% get that. But it was shout out to my son Ralph Reigns. You late, dogs. You late.
Ralph Reigns, what up?
So,
Ralph Reigns was, I think, because he's from
Oh,
Philly,
wait,
so
wait,
he
wait,
went
hold
to the
on, hold on,
show.
hold on. Shout out to my son Big Will's No Wrestling.
Shout
Shout out
out-
to Isaiah Wolf. Everybody else.
Isaiah
Give him
was
right
waiting
now.
for
Um,
his young one to be born.
So like I was saying before though, it was just like it was mad trash. It wasn't entertaining at all.
think it was
Like the only thing I
trash.
noticed was the girl with the big butt, and that's it.
Who the
Other than-
fuck is that?
Am I the only one who noticed that? Oh, my son's 6.
Because your ass is nasty as fuck.
I saw her. That's it. Other
What
than-
big ass? What are you talking
Yo, listen,
about?
watch it. She has a jersey.
First
She's
of all,
up the stairs.
I'm actually
Yo,
not
Ralph Reigns
watching that
probably
for that
saw it,
shit.
though. Oh, you fell asleep,
Real
damn.
quick though,
But nevertheless, it was a whack match.
The first half.
you said what?
He was sleeping. That's why he missed the first half.
Oh, good
It's Ralph
morning,
Reigns.
Ralph
Ralph Reigns.
Reigns.
He's a nasty nigga too, though, son. You see him, Paige?
This nigga's wow.
Nah, nasty. Son.
Wow,
But,
wow.
Yo, he's one of our fans.
I really want him
Loyal.
and Nasty Leroy to really meet. Like that is like my ultimate goal in
gotta meet,
2018.
I gotta meet Joe the Third, man. Like he's like a real cool
Joe
dude.
the Third.
How you forget our fans? Joe the Third is he go on his page like he used to play basketball. He's
okay.
what a sport.
Where he live at?
training. Yeah, and after he has a page that he reacts to certain stuff on YouTube. Yes. I know all my fans.
All right.
Wow.
Your fans.
nice.
Not our fans, your fans.
Yo.
So let's go on to Raw. But lastly, I think Extreme Rules. I think it did its justice. I think it gave that nice little oomph to heading to SummerSlam in Toronto.
Yep.
But so right now, Raw was the kickoff. We are officially on the road to SummerSlam.
Yep.
And so far, some interesting turn of events, or not really, because we're getting a rematch that we probably really shouldn't have gotten. I really wanted Big E to win, but that's neither here nor there.
Right?
Because that really would have turned everything
Like Big
upside
E
down.
versus Brock Lesnar
Brock
would have been
Lesnar.
amazing.
I'm not even gonna lie though. I'm really still hoping they do Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar.
Yes,
I'm not
that's
even gonna
another
hold
one.
you to it. But let's go around the room. I'll start off with Mr. Black. One up, one down from Raw this week.
Everybody gonna know I'm Prick Bray.
That fucking mask shit is scary as
That
fuck.
was
I love it.
that was awesome.
I'm a
And shout out
sadistic
to-
fuck.
yo,
I love that
and
shit.
what I love about WWE is they still, marketing is on A1, because literally the next minute his new shirt hit Shop Zone.
Yup.
But let me ask you a question. Is the marketing really
That
on
mask
point?
is- I mean, in terms of merchandise, let me not say
Yeah.
In merchandise, yes,
merchandise,
because
yes. But I think they're marketing. I think they're using, like I said, I think they're using certain platforms differently and in a good way.
Yeah.
like
So
for them, like you said before, that it was an interesting idea to put Evolve on the same weekend as AEW.
Well, no, I think
feel like
that-
that's desperate.
No. I think, and this is something we spoke about before. The whole Evolve thing had been. I honestly, and I spoke about it on True Hill. Shout out to True Hill, Sid, JJ, Baby stuff. That shit was planned months ago. Like that was not something that they decided a week before. Like let's throw the 10-year anniversary show. Like they've
Right.
already had a schedule for the most part.
Right.
So I think now, do I think the putting it on the network was the petty move? Could be not. I think it was good because it allows fans that have never seen Evolve to actually see Evolve, because Evolve really is kind of in Northeast. Like they don't really go a lot of places. Like Boston, here in New York, they go to Philly. And really that's kind of it. So like people that are on the West Coast or whatever, they may not see them or catch the actual show. So I think it gave the opportunity to put Evolve on a different platform. So am I okay with the petty move? Yeah, I guess I'm okay with it because once again, WWE, you get what you get. You know what you're working with. But all right, so your one up was Bray and then one down.
Ashley?
Oh, huh? What you gonna say?
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah, the Natalia versus the whole
Yeah.
Oh, the
women's
fail
match.
four-way, yeah.
Well, because Natalia did win, she is now going to face Becky Lynch in Toronto, Canada, in her home country.
Home country.
At SummerSlam for the Raw Women's Championship.
Yes.
Coincidence, I think now.
No, never. I mean, come on. Ever since they screwed Brett, well, Brett screwed Brett, but whatever the case may be, they're always going to have a Canadian headline, a Canadian show. So, come on.
That's true.
But all right, Katie, one up, one down for Raw this week. What did you think?
I really did love Bray coming back because I always love Bray. I feel like they dropped the ball on him too a lot of times.
Yes.
So Bray coming back. I really hope they don't do it against Finn though.
No, apparently, because you got to read these things if you're doing podcast shit. So apparently, it probably will end up being Bray versus Finn, but this will allow Finn to phase out of TV, give him the 2 months that he wants after SummerSlam, and then it gives Bray that W that everybody, including Mr. Black, always talks about how he don't get W's. It will give him the W to now then continue to build up the new character.
So
the
which
new
Bray you gonna
gimmick.
get? You gonna get?
I don't know what fucking Bray. You know what? I hope he definitely like throws us for a fucking loop and comes out like looking like Mr. fucking Rogers, and then midway through the match, flip shit and lights go out. You get muscle, yeah. Like I feel like. Is that kind of like some like Mick Foley shit?
Pretty much, he said into the world, but like it'd be really cool if you mess with him throughout the whole. Shout out to Simon Miller from Up Down Report from What Culture. His idea where like he goes around different characters from the show. Next week he's Muscle Bray and he looking like, yo, what's wrong with you? Just to throw us the audience. So shout out to him. I think that's a really good idea.
I think Bray switching it up on us. Why not?
Why not?
All right, and then what's your down for this week on Raw?
Seth Rollins. Honestly, there were so many
I
ways.
wanted fucking Big E to win so bad.
I wanted
Me
Big
too.
E to win, but
Me
can
too.
you imagine if Bray, instead of showing up during Finn's match, he actually showed up during the crossband?
See, but then to do what though?
Just to screw shit up.
And we already would have known he wouldn't have won, so it probably would have. I think, left a more bad taste in our mouths.
Yeah,
True.
but you could have
Yeah.
also he haunted Roman Reigns for so long. He haunted Dean
But see,
Ambrose.
the
He
thing
could have done that
is-
with
no,
Brock.
but the thing is that he apologized. If you look like on social,
yeah.
and that's what I mean. WWE is
apologized.
using social media on
He
a
has
different type of level. He literally was doing tweets and stuff of apologizing to like The Rock,
Yeah.
to Roman,
Yeah.
to Dean, to
Yep.
everybody. It was ridiculous. And then now he like comes back and fucks with Finn.
Yep.
It's a fuckery, but it's interesting.
That's
All right.
WWE.
Yeah, there you go.
That's true.
All right, Lucius, one up, one down.
My one up, of course, I'm agreeing with everyone. Bray Wyatt returning and attacking Finn Balor. I mean, the guy is phenomenal. What character that he goes with. I mean, he sticks to it, and it
gets
keeps
into
you,
it.
it keeps your focus on him. And I want that shirt. And if they make it, I want that mask
Was it on
too.
sale for we buy one get one?
It was
Yeah,
buy one,
it was
get
it was
one
on
for
the
a
BOGO,
dollar.
yeah.
$1.
It was on the BOGO.
Yeah, it was. And then your down.
And my down, like you, I wanted Big E to win. The cross-brand All-Star Battle Royal was in which Seth Rollins won to go on to meet Brock Lesnar for the umpteenth time for the Universal Championship.
But I feel like, you know what? I give it to them, though, for actually doing the Battle Royal. I didn't see that coming. Like, I will give them that. Because I honestly thought, like, Seth would have
Kudos to
opened.
Paul Heyman.
I mean, I thought they would have opened up with Seth coming in saying, like, I'm invoking my rematch clause. Mind you, months ago, they said there were no more rematch clauses, but
Right.
whatever. But I thought Seth would open up Raw and said, well, I'm challenging Brock for my title and blah, blah, blah. So for them to kind of flip it and give us a Battle Royal, I thought it was different. I'm mad no one at the table mentioned fucking Cedric Alexander defeating
I saw that.
Drew McIntyre.
I saw
like
that.
is my
I mean,
ultimate of the week because
Yes.
we go from him running around the ring for the 24/7 title to wearing the mask was the masked friend that helped Roman to then defeating Drew McIntyre.
Supposed to be the janitor.
Come on now. And then my down, anytime I see fucking Lucha House Party, it just grinds my
you.
fucking gears. Like, it's just like, how, really? This is what we're doing? Just
We're
keep them on
wasting
205
our
Live.
talent.
And you know what? Side note, if you have not seen 205 Live this week, I took your advice this week. You were in my thoughts last night.
Ooh.
Not like that.
Ooh.
But
Hey.
Ooh.
Hey.
Look into the raw zone.
Hey, now.
SmackDown had went off, and because they low key was trying to hint like Daniel Bryan's announcement was gonna be on 205 Live, blah blah blah. So it made me watch actually 205 Live. So I was like, all right, cool. And you had fucking Drake Maverick and fucking Mike Kanellis going back and forth, and him marking the fuck out. And then you had fucking the gentleman Jack Gallagher versus fucking shit. Damn, I can't remember who it was. No, Chad Gable, because he was looking like a whole snack. So Chad Gable versus Jack
I'm
Gallagher.
mad you said you're looking
Part
at a
two?
snack.
Yo, when I tell you that match
two?
was A1, because I had posted it on our Facebook page because I was just like, yo, is it just me or Chad Gable out here looking like a whole snack and afternoon snack? Like, what the fuck? Like, with this little haircut he got going on. But if you have not watched 205 Live this week, it is highly recommended. So I just want to throw that tidbit because whenever I think of 205, I do think of you because he's like the advocate of 205 Live. He always loves it. He always watches it. So it really was unfortunate like if people left yesterday after SmackDown because it actually was a really good episode. But let's talk about SmackDown real quick. One up, one down.
All right.
Who wants to go first?
Yo, I'm sorry. Shane needed to get thrown down and beat the fuck
Yo,
up.
Shane got started twice.
Yo,
Was
Shane
hilarious.
needs to just
Twice.
Yo,
But-
Shane right now, they made him turn heel, the commissioner on top of everything. Like when Shane first came, I was so happy. We're gonna make sure people get opportunities. Now that Shane is telling everyone pretty much suck my dick, I'm in charge.
But that's okay. Like, I don't think that's what a heel's supposed to do.
True,
Like, I
true.
feel like we always forget that. Like, everyone, like, this one always talks about, they both talk about fucking Baron Corbin. But guess what? Baron Corbin is one of the top heels in the company right
Oh,
now.
yeah, by
So,
far.
like, you
just
gotta
his attire.
remember.
I
Yeah, I
can't
know.
take him
It's just the attire. I get it. But you have to remember, like, that actual heel heat is a real thing. And it
Right.
sometimes it gets lost in translation. But I can appreciate Shane in that sense of actually being the heel. It gives me, like I can close my eyes and it honestly does remand me of, like, Austin and McMahon in that sense of, like, the back and forth kind of
But you don't want to the point where Shane gets that go away heat.
Well, they're gonna phase him out. So I
They
mean,
have to because,
not spoiler
like,
alert, but
you
it'll
don't
probably
need no
end up
X-Pac
being.
heat. You need no X-Pac
It's probably
heat.
gonna end up being KO versus Shane, and then or like on some like winner like loser leaves type of shit. Don't be surprised if you see that. But but what was your down for SmackDown this week? Ooh, Charlotte won. That was points. Yes.
I feel like the Charlotte match could have been more.
I thought Liv's promo at the end was what
Her promo was the
I
best.
think that was the purpose of that match. Period. Because she was just like, when I come back, I'm gonna be
I gotta
real.
agree. I gotta agree. No, I feel like that was my up.
Yeah.
Because I feel like how
I
that
agree.
the sense of like I never took Liv Morgan seriously, just because like how it was every week getting beat up. I'm looking like, when do you ever win? When do you ever look good in the ring? You just look whatever. But the fact that how that she put up a fight against Charlotte, and the fact that after that I felt her pain and frustration, like Charlotte is right, I'm not being myself, and she left. And this is why we talking about where like is the bright spot showing different dynamic, a different range what you could do with the women on these roster.
Right.
So Liv Morgan probably might go from All-American, annoying little.
When was she ever All American?
Let me finish.
Okay.
All-American.
Me, Harley Quinn.
That was Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss was trying to jack that when she was NXT with Brittany Murphy. And,
Yeah, but
thing.
you still see a little Harley Quinn and Liv Morgan
Just
too.
a
Like
smidge.
they wanted their own little version of it.
Smidge.
I'm sorry. I feel like every white woman who's that size always try to be like Harley Quinn somehow in WWE.
Hey, time out. Listen, if I could be in my size too, I would be Harley Quinn too, hitting
Baby
people with the
girl,
bat.
Baby girl, nothing stopping you but yourself, boo.
Boo.
Wow.
I'm sorry, I can't do the whole mini short thing. I like my baggy pants.
Girl.
Mama, you only stopping yourself.
I would,
boo.
girl.
That's
I
all I'm
can't
saying
wait to
that.
be in
You
some
believe
shorts
in
after
yourself,
tomorrow.
You
You
do
have
it.
no idea.
Right.
That's it. You want to do it, girl? Go do it, man.
I don't know, cause the comfiness on those shorts is like a
Listen.
-5.
Listen. I'm going to the beach and take off my shirt because I don't care. It is what it is. So I don't care.
that's-
I mean,
She
I don't
just
care how I look. I think about comfiness.
Ah,
There you go. All
I'd
right,
rather be
so
comfy than look good.
What was your down for SmackDown? Boom, boom.
Ba-dum-bum.
I love me some Amber Moon.
Don't get me. Don't.
She a whole
You gonna trigger. You gonna
First
fucking
thing
trigger
first,
me.
first
Don't do
thing
it.
first.
You gonna trigger me.
First
So
things
let's not do
first.
this.
Shout out to her, definitely with her weight loss. She's looking good in the ring, you know, like very good in the ring, you know. Chocolate Thunder, so.
She looking good in the ring. How about that hair?
That's her gimmick. She's a.
That's not no.
That's a
That's
gimmick.
not no
She's an
fucking
Amazon
gimmick.
Woman.
That's
yo,
her beauty.
Yo,
No.
I don't care.
I'm
Fuck.
sorry.
Wonder Woman and all these Amazons that be the
Amazon woman. First of all, when China called herself the ninth wonder of the world, her hair was never
Keyword.
fucked up.
The ninth wonder in the world. She
Which
didn't
is
say
what she was always an
And her
Amazon
tire
bitch.
wasn't Amazonish.
In the beginning, yes, it was when she fucking had the gun and she was shooting all the fucking
yeah.
pyro shit. What level
That's
of
not
Amazon?
No.
What
no,
type
no,
of
no.
superwoman shit that was that?
No. She wasn't Amazon like.
All I'm saying is
Amber Moon is like the
Yeah,
she's like how
y'all
that
already
yo.
know how I feel
like,
about Amber
No.
and that hair, so.
Amber Moon looked like that how that she grew up in the wild. That's it.
no,
She looks
but that's
like
not.
her gimmick is Tarzan cousin.
No, it's not.
And that's okay.
Tarzan's
The fuck it's
cousin.
not.
It's okay.
The fuck it's
But
not.
again,
It's not okay.
I just feel like
because you already know it's not okay for
I
me.
love her. I love her. That's my heart right there.
No, so let me be.
Let me
go
finish.
ahead.
It's just like that reaction was just so like cheesy. Hell yeah! I'm like,
But that's her though. That's her though.
yo, listen.
I want to know, what do you think? The way your face is showing right now, like, now you got to tell us.
Girl, because for the last I don't know how long, I have a huge ass issue
Shout out my son
with
Ish.
Amber. Oh, what up? Oh, what up, Ish?
Ooh, look at that face. That's another reaction
What up,
right there.
Ish?
Yo, if you ever meet him, he look like that's Simone Jones' son.
No, he does not look like Joe.
He look
Like,
like Joe.
stop. That shit
Go
annoys
on his
me.
Instagram.
No, that shit annoys me. Everyone always says he looks like Joe, and I'm like, no, he doesn't. But it really is just the nose. It's just nose looks a little like Joe, but he does not look like Joe. No, but my grip,
Right here.
Well,
It's just a nose.
let me
it's
see.
just the nose.
Yeah, it's just
It's
the nose.
just
bro.
the nose.
It's just the nose,
It's
bro.
just
Listen,
the nose.
if anyone has
mean,
that
it's
nose
cute.
and has a block head,
It's
It
cute
looks like
though.
Joe.
I
A
won't
better picture
deny
right
that.
Here, right here.
I'm refraining all comments right now.
He look like Joe.
Well, he does not look like Joe, but I mean,
Okay, maybe a little bit in that
He
picture.
does
A
not
little
look like
bit,
Joe.
but
Might be talking
Oh my
about him right in
god.
front of him. You'll be all right.
I could talk about Ish right here. I could talk about him in his face. So
my son, though.
what up though? But anyway,
He been
my
working though. He been working hard. He got a new
working
job.
my ass.
I'm proud of him.
He lucky I don't roll up to the fucking rooftop he work at.
Yo,
How about that?
Yo, Ish, when you gonna drop that new show of yours, man? Come on, man. I'm waiting for it to be on the next
Anyway,
episode.
so my grip about Amber Moon, and it's something we spoke about on episodes ago, but I always get triggered because I just feel like as a black woman, there's a certain level of representation we should have, especially now that we're in the era where you have an African American WWE champion. If Kofi ain't fucking twist his locks every other fucking week and he look crazy as fuck, are you gonna take him serious? Yes or no?
But you have to understand though, like,
No.
his gimmick is different.
No, but it's not about the gimmick though. To me, it's about the presentation. So to me, it's about like if you gonna like I told her, listen, get Naomi's hairstylist
Carol's daughter.
and fucking your shit. Get that hot comb and fix that shit up. And that's why I said I was like I said that somebody must be listening to the podcast.
What if
'cause
she
Royal
does
Rumble-
try? No. Hold on.
She don't though.
Wait. What
She
if she's
don't,
like
though.
on like she's on some like what
She
if she's
don't,
like one
though.
of those girls where like her hair is naturally curly and due to like her sweating a lot, it just puffs out.
You mean like me?
No,
Right.
but it's no.
And like she's on
Because
some-
it's not. Because you know what it is though. It's the fact that half of her head is supposed to be flat iron, like how mine is flat iron. You know, like that. And then you got the other half that's fucking braided to the side. My issue is actually both sides of the fucking head because the braid be looking like who like
did
she
it and ran.
like she laid on it for 10 hours and then decided to put some fucking root gel on her shit.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask
And
you a
then the
question.
other
Let me ask you a
side of
question.
it, hold on, and then the other side looked like she just woke up on the other side and then decided to flat iron the shit.
Let me ask you a question. Let's put it in a sense of like entertainment. Let's put it in a sense of like you watching a movie, right? And her character is somebody that a child of the moon, a wild child, or craziness, right? If I'm watching that movie, let's say the movie is called Wild Child of the Moon, right? If I'm watching a movie, it's supposed to be some kind of like she wants to be intimidating. She come with all sexy straight hair. Nah, I'm gonna say, yo, she's mad sexy. I won't be scared of her. But she come with some wildness.
Listen.
All B. She's about to F me up.
Listen, we're gonna move
And that's
on,
what she's gonna do.
but my
You know, take off my dick.
issue is pause. What the fuck? But what?
No, Ralph Fiennes is the jokester in our in the thing.
What
He
did
said,
Ralph Fiennes say?
Xavier Woods be eating too many booty hoes.
Oh my God.
That's
Ralph
fucked up.
Fiennes, Ralph
That's
Fiennes.
fucked. Shout out to Ralph
Ralph
Fiennes. No, but I'm gonna leave you off on
Ralph
this.
Fiennes ain't small.
It's the same.
Ralph Fiennes ain't small.
It's
Oh,
the same
man.
like when
Whoa, that's
before
what she said.
Naya
Pause.
became
Ralph Fiennes,
champion.
all jokes.
She, you know, her hair was, you know,
Oh,
it was
man.
good. It was solid. When that bitch won at WrestleMania in New Orleans, the next night on Raw, she had 8 more tracks. Her hair was
But that's not her
laid.
gimmick. Her gimmick
It wasn't
is
about
like-
the
her
gimmick.
gimmick
It's
is like
about
a
being the
powerful, alpha,
presentation.
sexy
It's the
woman.
presentation. If you're gonna be a champion, the
Appearance,
presentation
appearance,
is key. I don't care
Well,
what you say.
this is what
But guess what? I
happens.
just want listen. Ember Moon versus Bailey. Y'all already know I don't really fuck with Bailey like that. So I'm all about black excellence.
got thicker, too.
Let's all fucking
Yeah,
take
she
the
did.
titles.
Bailey did.
Whatever.
Was it that? Was it? I have a theory about that. Maybe this is the match in where Bailey finally loses the hugger and finally becomes the heel that she needs to be.
Whatever. And I'm still not gonna be convinced because I keep the
I
same
won't
energy.
be convinced if
I
she
don't
ever
give a
goes
shit.
heel.
Yeah, I don't either.
She's like that
Sorry.
little. You ever see those memes of the cub that tries to go roar? She's that cub that goes roar.
That's exactly what
It
they
doesn't
said.
matter. But Lucius, real quick, because we are going to sign off very soon. So
Okay.
one up, one down from SmackDown.
All right, one up. One up is possibly Kevin Owens stunning Shane McMahon twice.
Twice.
Two times.
Two times. Stunner.
Two
Two
times.
times stunner.
2 times.
2 times.
Yo, I fucking
Too
love
sweet.
Two
Oh
Chainz.
man. So
Side note.
listen, that's my one up. My one down is possibly the tag team match between the Kabuki Warriors and the Iconics, and where
Because we're wasting talent again.
No, but it's
and here's my
smart,
issue. Here's my issue right here.
though.
I had talked about it earlier today to some friends of mine, and it's really gotten to me. Why is it just the Kabuki Warriors and the Iconics going after the titles? I mean, you have to
Because
put
you
in
don't
new.
have I'm gonna answer it for you because you don't have real women tag teams in the fucking division, which is why you shouldn't have had the tag team titles to be fucking begin with because you don't got enough.
make
We don't have
I
enough
mean,
women
you
in the
don't have
division.
enough
Yeah, that's
women
the-
for it.
that's my issue.
You got Aaron
And
No,
Naomi,
see, but the thing,
Chocolate
but the
Express.
thing is,
And-
you can't keep just pulling people together and putting them together and think it's going.
Yes.
I
You
mean-
can't
You
just
could
throw this shit on the wall
could
and
make-
it sticks.
you could make
No.
Chocolate Express
Does
right
not
there.
work. It does
I
not
mean-
work that way though.
Or, you
because
know, Naomi
guess
and
what?
Thing
It's the
with
same.
Vanilla Express.
Those same 2 people. Guess what?
Did you
They
say
can't-
what?
Vanilla Express.
No, Brad.
And they come out.
Whatever. But
Lord.
it's the same 2 females that you just spoke of. That guess what? They could equally be women champion themselves. So why am I gonna put them in a tag team together and now kind of dumb down what their potential of being an actual champion can be? For what?
Add prestige.
And
But adding prestige does not mean you putting 2 people together
Doesn't matter.
and making it
Doesn't matter.
making it
No,
a
but
title.
here's
favorite
the
tag
thing, and
team
this
was
is what we
Massive
said
Matter.
before.
this is my beef. They brought in the women's tag team championships. They introduced them. They're very beautiful. And when Sasha Banks and Bailey finally won them, I think maybe they're gonna put prestige in it because they're both former women's champions, and now they're the
they're not
women's tag
tag
team
teams.
champions,
They're not tag
and they
teams.
weren't the tag team champions.
They're not tag teams.
And now when they lost the titles at WrestleMania in that Fatal 4-Way to the Iconics, I mean, why?
To a tag team.
I mean, but
First
why?
of all,
Because
To a tag
I
was it-
wanted Beth and Natalia to get it, honestly, because I would love to
But
see
yeah.
Beth
Yes.
Phoenix come back.
But
Exa-
guess what?
exactly.
Beth is not.
That's not a tag team, but like we love their chemistry.
but now.
But keyword chemistry.
But-
so you can't just put 2 people together and think they're gonna have chemistry.
Was it? But now, ever since that they won the titles, they hardly defend them. The
I
only
mean-
time that they
None of
defended them was when against was it independent wrestlers? Was it shout out to Chris Statlander, my independent wifey?
Oh, you cheating now, bro?
Oh, you cheat.
Was it? That's one of my favorite.
I don't want to be responsible
that's
for
one of my favorite-
anything that goes
You a
on in your
homewrecker.
household.
That's one of my favorite female independent wrestlers.
I got a couple of favorites. You know, my blue's Faye Jackson. That's my wife right
Ah, Faye Jackson. I follow her on Facebook.
Oh, see, every time she
Yes.
comes to the events, I always hug her. She smells so
Yes.
good and salty.
Solo Darling's another one of my favorites.
Why would that be? Anyway, but
She's a cancer too.
But
so
then
like,
again,
I
it
feel
still
her.
brings us back to the original point we had that we don't have enough women, and even if we brought up women from NXT,
still would not
then
work.
Yeah,
there
true.
is nothing in NXT either.
Still would not work. So
All I'm saying is that
Go ahead.
add in more teams or just get rid of the titles.
I don't think they should ever have the titles, but that's neither here nor there. But
Thank you.
We are going to end the show with you guys. I know this is fun. You guys are always welcome to come back. Come talk about some wrestling shit
wanna
with
come
us.
back.
You absolutely can come
I wanna
back.
come back.
I want to see Lucius versus Wilkins. A couple of spears.
He gonna kill me.
I'm like you talking to
He'll
somebody
kill me.
training, so you can't do that. But I do want to thank Lucius and Katie for joining us this
Thank you
week
so much.
on the Java Tears podcast. First episode in our new studio, so you guys are making history with us.
Oh, we
Yeah.
christened the
You
place.
did, so I appreciate.
Oh, too sweet.
You got
too
too
sweet.
sweet.
I'm horrible with this.
Yo, first of all, when I met Undisputed Era, quick story. When I met them, I can't do the fucking shit for the life of me. My fingers don't. My fingers can't. No, Undisputed Era, my fingers cannot do it. But I can too sweet you.
There you go.
All right, love. But Katie, before we do sign off, once again, tell everyone how they can find you and find out about the Give Back for Sean that's happening
Yes.
July 28th.
So everything that's being posted for the Give Back show is on either at Ivy Productions or it is on at Raw Zone NYC. We just posting it everywhere. You could also follow it on Rockview Entertainment. My partner S Rock, shout out to him. Thank you for always
Shout out to
working on
S
it
Rock.
with
Shout out to the
us.
whole Rockview family.
There you go.
Once again, thank you, Lucius, for being part of the Give Back.
Of course.
Absolutely.
I want-
What's
that?
Hold on a second.
Oh, we got
leave.
passes for you guys too.
Yes.
Oh, sweet. I would come. All right.
What's
Catch
his
me
event?
there.
What's his event? When is
It's
July 28th.
July
It's a
28th.
Sunday.
at Colony 274.
It's
in
in
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
274
Yep.
4th Avenue, Brooklyn.
And we will
Brooklyn.
send. We will be
time?
posting the flyer on our Facebook and Instagram. So stay tuned for more information. Where can people find out about your podcast and you?
So follow Raw Zone NYC on all streaming platforms, because now I guess when you type it on Facebook, just Raw Zone
It
NYC,
pops
it'll
up,
pop
yeah.
off, which is good because I hate typing "Welcome to the Raw Zone." Right now we're taking a little break, but we have our interview with Brady from the 100.
Nice.
He's their late night talent. So
Okay.
that's our latest interview that's up, and yeah.
All right. And Mr. Lucius,
Oh, man.
tell the viewers where to find you.
Oh man, you can find me on.
Your mom's bedroom. Ooh. He be regulating that R&B shit.
Oh.
Well, they call me the regulator of
Wait, I
R&B.
was gonna
though.
ask real quick because she said you were performing. Are you a rapper or a singer?
I'm a singer.
Shut the fuck up.
Yes,
He
I'm an
makes
R&B
bitches'
artist.
panties wet.
Oh, okay. I mean, I was gonna ask him to sing a little bit, but I'm gonna ask him off camera because I don't want everybody online to
course.
get their panties wet.
Well, of
Jesus.
course, I'll do it. I'll do
You
that.
look like the dude from you watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Oh no.
Oh my God, which one?
The guy that he's the Pontiac Bandit.
Oh my God,
You might of him. You might
You're
of him.
a
Sing,
clown.
the throw and
man.
everything,
But-
Craig
Lucius.
Robinson.
Craig
Oh,
Robinson.
You got that
Oh my
line,
God.
right?
Yeah.
You remind me of him.
You're
No,
a
I'm trying to
clown.
get my braids back. I'm trying to get my braids
Don't do it.
back.
Don't do it. You too old for
Sing
that.
it
Don't do
off.
that.
Yeah,
Don't do
Lucius.
it.
No, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Nope.
I'm even telling you this.
No, because listen, everybody go through their braid phase. Look, Trey done did it, Ludacris done did it, and guess what? They done cut that shit off. So don't do that shit.
I mean,
But anyway,
if you want to get the if you want to remind you of the struggle, get the braids, dog.
No,
Thank
the
you.
fuck not. Listen, I'm still trying to get Matthew to fucking cut his braids forever, but whatever. But tell the viewers where to find you on Instagram
right.
and all the social media platforms.
Y'all can find me on any kind of social media platform. Facebook, Lucius Wilson, LP Nation Music, the fan page. Y'all can find me on Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter, all on one name, True Lucius.
He
Y'all
loves
can
on Pornhub.
You can find my music on SoundCloud, Lucius Wilson, and on YouTube. My videos you can find them Lucius Music 211. All my videos was music videos, performance videos, all of them just go ahead find them. Enjoy the good music that I bring for you.
All right, and you will catch him on July 28th performing. for the Give Back to Sean, and we, will be there. So thank you so much for the passes. Once again, thank you, Katie and Lucius, for joining
Thank you
us.
for having
No
us.
problem.
We've been
Thank you.
wanting to do this for a while.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
Yes.
so glad we were finally able to do it. So I appreciate you guys so much on behalf of the Job of Tears podcast. As always, you can follow us on Instagram at the Job of Tears podcast, Facebook, Instagram, all that jazz. As always, we do have our SummerSlam weekend coming up, so stay tuned for more information on that, where we do have the co-host of the morning with Ebro from Hot 97, Peter Rosenberg, hosting our viewing party. So, and doing a
Rosenberg.
live podcast of Cheat Heat there at Legends. So stay tuned for more information. Anything else I'm missing? Nope. So once again, thank you guys for joining us. Thank you guys for watching. As always, I am Janelle from HR here with Sir Wilkins, Mr. Black, and our two amazing guests. Hashtag Black Excellence, hashtag we're out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just in time.
No, and what I was saying about Lacey was because she's very talented. Out of